All right, YouTube, I owe you guys another video, I think, because I suspect I've found a way to remove the AC without having to take the engine out. Or sorry, without, that's already been done. Without having to take the intake manifold off. So, if we look here, if I can get this camera in the right angle, you can see that I've made quite a lot of room. And how I did that is I've zip tied all the cables back as far as I can. Kind of twisted these a little bit, but it's fine. They're fine. You could disconnect them here if you want to feel froggy and do it right, I guess. The AC line can also be disconnected right here. So that's this line up in the back. But as you can see, I've tucked it way back there and then put some cloth up there to keep it. The big deal is this guy. This is the coolant pipe you normally have to take off the intake manifold to get to the other side of it. But as you can see, I've pulled it out of its little pin. So it has a little pin here, like a little slot that it sticks in. You can see it right here. Sorry, you can see the nub. The nub goes in there. If you just pull it out, it's on a flexible connector up there anyways. When I was looking at all the videos, I'm like, that's flexible. Why would we have to take it out? And then I pushed it up here. I did have to take a rubber mallet and kind of push this in a little bit. And then there's like a lip right here, which is the frame rail I checked underneath. And I just kind of pushed it up in that little thing, and the frame rail is keeping it there. So as you can see, it's opened up quite a lot of space. If I can get the light in there for you guys. Look at a lot of space. I think I can get it out. So I've already gotten everything disconnected. We're gonna test my theory, and if you see this video on YouTube, it worked. All right, I got it. And the answer is to put the key like somewhere around there, and then you gotta rock. There's an arm in the back, and I'll take it out and show you. This ledge in the back is what's holding it. But as you can see, she's out. The intake manifold is still in the car, and I've just cut about 4 hours off this job. If you're seeing this on the internet, then she's back together and running, so wish me luck. All right, so like that. So as you can see, the bolt's it's just taped on there with aluminum tape, and that'll come off. And how you want this compressor set up is you want it set up, I don't know if you guys can see in there, maybe, let me see if I can get a good shot in there. But like, you kind of want the bolt, I don't know if you guys can see that, but basically the bolt needs to be barely visible at the top end of it. If you make it fully visible, there's like a little thing on the right. You can see it right. See if I can touch it with this. See that lip right there that I'm touching? That'll get in the way and offset you, so you can't do it. So you kind of have to, it has to just barely be visible at the top. And then you come at it. Let me see if I can get this on camera. But okay, you can kind of see, well, yeah, you can see how I'm coming in at like a 90 like that. That's how you want to do it. All right, guys, I got an update. She's back in the car. Everything's back together. Just doing an oil change while I'm at it. But confirmed, you can get the AC in and out without removing the intake manifold, as you can see. So we've pushed the state of the art. So now you can do this job with about, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 hours less time and less chance of breaking something. So yeah, I'll start it up and confirm everything, and then yeah. I do want to talk about some things real quick though. While you're doing this, there is an AC line. Should have done this while it was out. But essentially, if you look up here, like way at the top, if I can get it to focus for me, come on. This AC line is connected to a little grommet that's holding it. You got to make sure that's a little loose. I didn't loosen it. I was able to slide it up and down in mine, but you might need to loosen that to allow it to travel up and down to give you some more room. And you'll want to like tuck it back. Also, you will need to do some, this entire pump can come out all by itself. You don't need to take this end off. It can just come out. And then remember, when you're doing your bolts for the, if I can find the hole. Where is it? Sorry, it is gone. Ah, right here. Sorry. So if I can get the camera up there, can you see it? Okay, you can kind of see the shaft right there. You see how you can barely see that bolt right there? It actually needs to be left even more, so you can only see like a quarter or half of the bolt. You want to attack it from the top. That way you don't hit this little bar on the side. See that bar on the side right there? If your socket hits it, it's going to offset the bolt a little bit, and it's going to cross thread it. I almost cross threaded one while I was doing it. So just be aware of that little bar right there, and make sure that your socket is up in this completely free area. Look up there, make sure it's not touching anything at all, and that it's going in generally straight. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's pretty forgiving as far as like threading in, as long as you're not up against something, because if you're up against that, it really can't thread in straight because the bolt's fighting it. So just keep that in mind as well.